Okay, moving on again, how to coach evaluation kickoffs. So we are moving on slightly. So what we're saying now in our process is the exploratory part is done. I've done my homework. I've coupled my research with really good discovery and demo, maybe probably with multiple stakeholders. And I'm now going to sit down with the person who I want to become my champion to go and get their buy-in to plan out how this engagement's going to go. Really important meeting, probably the most important meeting of the pre-sale process. We're looking to do three things. Here's the first one. We want to deliver a convincing playback of what you've learned. You can only deliver a convincing playback if you've run the exploratory part of the process really well. You've properly understood that ABC narrative. What are they trying to achieve? What's the problem getting in the way? And why does that problem matter so much? We also would have understood by now what the key requirements are, and we'll be able to play back our suitability against them. That's part one. Part two is using the strength of that playback and how convincing that playback is to validate that you've earned the buy-in of that potential champion. And again, as we called out earlier, understanding why that person would have such appetite to partner with us to go through this evaluation. Because from this step onwards, it's our evaluation. We're running it together, you and the champion. And then with that buy-in, you're going to use that to co-build that evaluation plan. So in short, even though these are super critical meetings, actually they're very repeatable. They're quite structured, almost quite set piece. And here's what we're looking to achieve. And here's how we can coach reps to do better in them. How convincing was your playback? If you were the chief whatever officer who's going to be the eventual EB, and you were looking at our understanding or your playback slide or slides, would you think, yeah, we need to do something about that? Or would you think, that's a problem for John, that's a problem for Jane, difficult for them? Anyway, off to continue with the things I actually already care about. How strong is that playback is absolutely the most needle moving thing for us to get in place before this evaluation kickoff or this new business meeting, as you'll call them heard. The validation that you've earned the buy-in of your potential champion sounds easy and fleeting, but it's actually very important. A lot of the times you'll see engagements go past this into the evaluation stage that actually didn't really capture the buy-in of that potential champion. And you'll see a lot of these engagements start to kind of run out of steam. What that really tells you is either the potential champion wasn't really a potential champion, either because we weren't convincing enough or because they weren't the right person. So we need to be quite disciplined here. Like, because if we're saying that we're moving into the evaluation part of the engagement, like they need to kind of have that buy-in that it's actually meaningful for them and they're actually committed to going and exploring all of these validation steps and details. And then crucially, if we can get that, we've earned the right to go and build that evaluation plan with our potential champion. So what are the steps we're going to take? And how are we going to move this evaluation towards a point of them being able to actually reach a logical conclusion about what they're going to do, which hopefully if we run it well, we've had good control over that process, it's going to be way more likely that it goes our way. As a reminder, that playback, we've got our business level goals, the challenges and the requirements. I've said that a number of times now. You're probably bored of me saying it. But then crucially, when we're building that evaluation plan, there are usually three big components of what need to be in that plan. The business will want to understand, commercially, does this make sense for us to do? How do we prove that? Technically, does this make sense for us to do? How do we prove that? Is this going to play nicely with other systems and tools we have around this one, should it be implemented? And then the legal security piece as well. So making sure that you've ticked all of those boxes and you're absolutely fine as a vendor for them to do business with data security or whatever it might be. So with that in mind, you're going to be planning what that evaluation bit is. You're going to be building that engagement plan, and how we do that super effectively is going to be our next step. Thank you.